As I record this, the Supreme Court has issued a notice to the center and the Ladakh Union Territory in response to a petition filed by Sonam Wangchuk's wife, Gitanjali, challenging his detention under the National Security Act. The court has declined an interim order compelling authorities to share the grounds for his arrest immediately, but questioned why those grounds should be withheld from Angmo. The matter will be heard again on the 14th of October. Now, these are just the latest old bare facts about the case. But I'm not here to talk about the case. I am talking to you because through you, I wish to send a message to a person, a brother, a community leader whom I have respected, admired, and followed for years. And because we are living in times where no matter how obedient you are, all it takes is one defiance for all of it to be overturned. Yes, I'm talking about Sonam Wangchuk. Do you have a decently sized ground or an open space around you just now? If not, try this in your room. Walk in a circular motion, and sooner or later, you will arrive at where you started. Dissent against the present government is a case of walking in circles. And it reminds me of the famous poem, First They Came For, by German Lutheran pastor Martin Niemöller. When the current government came to power in 2014, a very few things became very clear. This government never likes dissent. Sure, it espouses democracy, but it always prefers blind obedience over measured criticism. In the first term, the ADA government termed anti government voices as Naxalites, Pakistani agents, communists, and similar such labels considered by them as bullies. Sure, most of us accepted it and moved on. The opposition was verified too, even though as MPs and MLAs, they too have received the mandates from the same people of this country. But they too were Pakistani agents. Then came educational institutions and leaders. The NDA convinced us that students pursuing a PhD in a central university were the biggest threat to our country. Mind you, the same university was also voted India's best by the same government. The issues existed only until the SEC people remained away from the BJP. But now that we are in the 11th year of this government, it has gone around in circles, criticizing everyone so much so that its own fans are now dubbed as Pakistani agents. Brother Wongchuk is a lot of things, but a renegade anti-establishment bandit he is not. He has truly been a model citizen, speaking good Hindi, working for and with youths, fighting for the environment, criticizing China, you name it, and he has done it all. And not to mention the number of national and international awards that the man has won. Yet all it took was one defiance, one particular protest, and today, believe it or not, he has been booked under the same act that we use against so called terrorists and terror sympathizers, the National Security Act. A democracy without dissent is not a democracy. We all know that. It is a dictatorship wearing a cheap lipstick of approval. When everyone is branded the enemy, no one remains behind to be a friend. See, Ladakh's issues are best highlighted by those living there. So take some time to listen to those people in Ladakh and do not listen to, dare I say, idiots in suits cosplay as anchors on television. And do not listen to me also about what is happening in Ladakh. But listen to me when I plead this. Our hills, mountains, forests are not at breaking points. That time is way past now. We are now in recovery mode. I'm a resident of a state where natural disasters are so common that sometimes they do not even make it to the local news. From Ladakh to Arunachal, now more than ever, we need to empower locals in taking decisions that impact, change, or destroy their lives. The idea that Delhi will issue orders and locals will bend over to obey it is not only a far fetched one, it is never going to happen in a country where people know the power of democracy. The people, sooner or later, are realizing that all claims of development are just that claims, and that such developments are not welcome if they reduce people to mere cheerleaders. That fact has been understood. Brother Wangchuk is not our enemy. He is not a threat, definitely not a threat. He's the voice of his people. Without him, today, Ladakh is voiceless and no region of this country, no matter how small or how remote, should be voiceless. And who knows this better than us here in the Northeast? Manipur burnt for 2 years before Prime Minister thought it was worth visiting. Hundreds die in landslides every year, but no one even bothers to take stock. 30 innocents get shot in Nagaland for simply being poor minors, and no justice was ever served. Bills are passed in state assemblies, but never approved by center. The Meghalaya ILP, for instance, remains in limbo even after 6 years. Believe me, what Ladakh is facing is what we here in the Northeast have endured for decades. When voices are muzzled, democracy dies a slow, painful death. And if democracy dies, we all fail as a nation. When I was in college in Bangalore, I heard a Spanish poem which sounded revolutionary. Do not worry, I'm not going to recite the full poem for you. The only line I will quote, and most of you know this, is El pueblo unido jamás será vencido, which means the people united will never be defeated. And when people's unity threatens the government, I know whose side I will take as a journalist. And Sonam Wangchuk is not defeated, and his people remain united. And the fact that this festive season, when we celebrate the victory of truth over evil, sharing Wangchuk is in jail makes all festivities around me seem superficial. Thanks for listening to me.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to East Mojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.